What's going on, guys? I'm going to be doing something a little bit different now. I'm going to be doing my commentaries over some of these matches using a screen share, so that way I can pause the video on the fly and comment on some certain things. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting match. This is going to be my fastest loss that I've ever had in competition. So this is obviously a tough video to watch, but I think it's really important, especially for our younger students. You know, they sometimes are hard on themselves when they lose. So it's important for them to see that even if you lose, it's not a big deal. You can still come back strong and you can still keep pushing. So this kid that I'm fighting here, his name is Brandon. Brandon Bigelow, you can look him up. Super, super cool guy. He's like the grappling industry's all-star. So going into this, I kind of, I was kind of already in my head. I already had a bad feeling, but I just went out there to do my best and have some fun. So you can tell by the length of the video, it's not gonna be good. Okay, so we get started here. I knew that he had a really good guard. He competes in absolutes all the time, and he's really tough. So, looking at the stance right now, we're both in like a really low, almost parallel stance, right? You can see how we're both really bent over. Now, the reason for that is in jiu-jitsu, you're trying to get your opponent to the ground. The ways to do that would either be by takedown or by pulling guard. So by being a little bit more bent over and parallel to the floor, that allows you to either sprawl or pull guard. And in return, you can also take down and attack wrestling takedowns from there. So it's one reason that we always recommend that people stay in more of a bent over position as to more upright. Okay, so we're kind of grip fighting here a little bit. He goes in for the guard pull. So he's kind of like in this interesting position where it's almost like he faked the guard pull. He kind of goes down for the guard pull and he's hesitating and he's almost coming back up. So I go for like an ankle pick here. There's a cheesy little rule in the IBJJF where if you grab the leg when they go for a guard pull, you actually get takedown points. Obviously, that didn't work for me. Okay, so we end up here in a half guard. So he's got this interesting belt grip in between my legs. And I'm trying to force the half guard here. I should have done better with a cross face, using that left arm to really drive his head away. He's using his left arm in my collar to try to create some space. So, I could have done a better job really keeping the pressure on him here. I was being a little bit too nice, a little bit too passive. There's an opportunity right here. Okay, so you can see my right knee. It's trapped inside of his half guard. So what I should have done is I should have worked to push his topside knee shield out of the way so that I can get my right knee over his thigh down to the mat into a knee slide position. And that would have really helped to increase the pressure in this position and helped aid me in the pass. But eventually he does get back to, boom, his guard. Okay, so I immediately pop up to the feet. I like passing from the feet. It's fast. But I know he's going to be good here. So he immediately throws in his De La Riva. Okay, so as you can see, he's hooked his left foot behind my right knee. So this is just going to entangle me and kind of keep me from cutting my knee over. So from this position, what I would do now is really stiff leg my right knee, so that way I can pop his hook off. I opt to do that with a hand instead, and I kind of go for like a lazy, side-to-side pass here. Now, take a look at my toes. I'll back this up a little bit. Look at my toes. Look at how flat my toes are, man. My toes were not even in contact with the mat. And that's one thing that we're always really trying to harp on is creating active toes, right? So because my shoelaces are down here, it's really going to be difficult for me to push off and create any meaningful force in my pass. So, I kind of get into just a closed guard position. He's trying to break my posture. I'm keeping my head up, rocking the mustache. Okay, so here's where this is kind of the beginning of the end. So I come up into like a stack position and I'm looking to get this cheesy little pass submission type of thingy. So I get my hand in his collar, my right hand in his collar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive that collar down into his neck. And my left hand is pulling up on his collar. So like I'm pulling it up into his belly button. So it's a choke. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to help pop their guard open. Now, what I needed to have done is taken my right knee and glued it to his left hip. Okay, so my right knee right over here. I should have glued this knee over here to his hip. And that's going to prevent him from rotating his hips easily. It kind of locks his hips in place. Now, because I didn't do that, he just kind of lazily swings for the armbar. And he catches the armbar here. He goes belly down and finishes it pretty easily. Now, that felt like in the moment, it felt like it was 1,000 miles per hour. But like looking back at it, it's really not even all that fast, It's just a nice little clean armbar. So catches the arm, quick tap. It happens. You know what I mean? It happens. Just all we can do is kind of learn from it and move on. Super cool kid. I talked to him afterwards. So I do have another match against Brandon the same day. We fought in Nogi. That match is going to be definitely a little bit better, and I will be posting that one up here as well. I did go the distance in that one. So look out for that, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.